The reason I'm here today is to mention the names on this monument here and all the names on this of the people that was killed in the accident at Abermule. And there's one name especially at the very bottom here, Lord Herbert van Tempest, and he was the second cousin of Winston Churchill, so Winston Churchill, and in this accident he was obviously killed, and his part of his estate was inherited to Winston Churchill, and through that estate Winston Churchill bought Chatsworth's house, and in that case he got interested in politics, and that's when Winston Churchill became an MP and obviously became the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom during the Second World War. And through this accident, in my reading of it, that's why he became with the money that he had from his second cousin, tragically, with all the other people killed here. If you go on Google and witness all this, it's all written down there, and there's an amazing story about the Abermule crash and over the circumstances of it happening and how it happened. It was a terrible tragedy at the time, and so many people killed.
We were called to a line near Llan Bryn Mawr at 7:29 p.m. on the 21st of October, with reports of a low-speed train collision involving two trains. There was a multi-agency emergency service response, including the Welsh Ambulance Service, Mid and West Fire Service, David Powys Police and His Majesty Coast Guard, along with support from the rail industry. Sadly, a man in his 60s has died following the collision. The circumstances leading to his death are currently under investigation. His next of kin have been informed, and the family will receive ongoing specialist support from specialist officers. While formal identification has not taken place, he is not believed to be a member of rail staff. Our thoughts remain with his loved ones, and we'd kindly ask that they're given privacy during this very difficult time. A further 15 people were taken to hospital with injuries not believed to be life-threatening or life-changing. All other passengers were safely evacuated from the train. While we are working at pace, along with our colleagues in other emergency services and the rail industry, to understand the circumstances leading up to the collision. As a result, there will be continued emergency service presence in the area for the next coming days. Thank you very much.
Councillor Elwyn Vaughan, Plaid Cymru Councillor for the Dyfi Valley. Yes, well, basically both trains, as I say, over my shoulder over there, within half a mile from us, head-on collision, something highly unusual, of course, and very concerning. The train heading from Machynlleth east towards Newtown and Shrewsbury, one way, and then the train from Shrewsbury westwards towards Aberystwyth had a head-on collision. Obviously we don't know the circumstances yet, but it does beg the question as why, because the normal practice would be for them to stop at a parking space literally half a mile from here. So why didn't that happen last night? And then obviously having passed there, it is an incline, Talerddig cutting, well known, a gradual incline. So if it started sliding, it would obviously be difficult to stop on that incline.
Have you heard any latest news on casualties?
There's nothing more. Obviously, commiserations go out with the family and sympathy for the person deceased. We understand there are 7 actual casualties in the end of the day needing hospital treatment, and hope that they get better soon.
Okay. Cheers, Owen.
Thank you.
I'm Arfon Jones, and I'm a close friend of Tudor Evans.
Aaron, you've been a close friend of Tudor. You must have known him for quite a while. You must have been quite a shock when you heard about this accident.
Tudor and I have been friends for many years. First met in 1977 when I came to Aberystwyth as an 18-year-old. And I was in my career in the police. And Tudor was part of the family business in their garage in Capel Dewi. We got sort of friendly because of our interest in primarily rallying motorsport.
From a well-known co-driver to a presenter. Would you like to tell me a bit about that?
Yeah, I've been very lucky really. I mean, I've enjoyed success competing as a co-driver on this event, Wales Rally GB, when it was the RAC Rally. And in the 90s and later in the early turn of the century, 2001, 2002. But then I got a job with M Sport, monitoring the weather on events, and Rallyo were covering the World Rally Series. And I went and worked with them as a pundit. And from that, I became a temporary presenter, doing the odd presenting job. And now I'm in charge of the logistics for all the crews on Wales Rally GB that film the Rallyo programme, and I do the end of stage reporting as well. So, yeah, I mean, I've got a fantastic job. I'm still living the dream.
Phil Mills as well, and Solberg's co-driver. They're all here in Newtown for this regroup. If you are.
I'm a Welshman from Abergavenny and former co-driver for Colin McRae and Finnish driver you are Kankinen. I've been involved in motorsport for quite a number of years, right at the top level, and it's actually great to come back to Mid Wales, where, to be fair, we've got the best forests of the UK and some of the best rally roads the World Rally Championship would ever drive on.
Phil Mills, former world champion, former world rally champion 2003.
Phil, you're on home territory here. What do you think of the rally coming here to Newtown?
Well, yeah, to get any World Championship event into Mid Wales is a bonus, but to get an event of this stature and this size into Mid Wales, especially at this time of year, it is a fantastic achievement for everybody involved. And we've got 27 countries represented here today, nearly 200 cars, and it is very, very special for the area.
Phil, the local up-and-coming stars, a local driver, would you like to mention his name and tell me about him?
Well, Elvin Evans, yes, I followed Elvin since he was in school, I think, riding his push bike, and got nothing but respect for him. I've rallied with his father, I've done a lot of work with Elvin behind the scenes, and he's just an incredible guy, and I'm sure his future is huge. Everything he does is so professional. He's a very, very, very intelligent guy, and his driving is starting to speak for itself. I think in a few years' time you're going to see quite a lot from this guy.
You seem to be doing very well in the World Championship. When do you think you'll be in a position to fight for the lead of the World Championship?
I think it'll be difficult. The Volkswagens are obviously very, very strong at the minute, and they seem to be, charging ahead. But hopefully next year we can be looking towards some podiums. But let's wait and see what we can do for the rest of this year first.
Okay, what position are you at the moment in the event?
I think we're about 7th at the minute. So.
Well, that's brilliant. You're averaging about 6th throughout the whole year.
really, aren't you?
Yeah, it's been around about that.
Absolutely brilliant.
Championship, business as usual from Sebastian Ogier and the Volkswagens. We'll go through the whole of the sort of like the classification in due course.
We used to follow rallies locally. For years we went all around United Kingdom watching the RAC rally. We competed at the same time. We had the same passion for photography on rallies. And it was a very, very close relationship for many, many years. I moved away from the area with work. We remained in contact, your Christmas cards, birthday cards, things like that. And then when I returned to Aberystwyth in 2000, it was just as if, you know, I hadn't been away. It was an immediate bond, immediately back as good friends. And that's how it remained. We went spectating again on rallies when we were up here. It was a heck of a shock when that call came on that Monday night to say that he'd been killed in a train accident on the line between Newtown and Aberystwyth. Him and his wife had been, Ray had been on holidays in Sorrento. They first went there on their honeymoon 36 years ago. They got married in 1988 and they've been together something like 49 years. And since that honeymoon, they returned there every year to the same place. They'd made very good friends there. And every year they've been, I understand he used to drive to Birmingham Airport. But on this occasion, they decided to go by train. And sadly, he got killed very close to home in that train incident. Tudor's funeral was at Aberystwyth Crematorium. There's an extremely large turnout there. I'd estimate about 300 to 400 people. His funeral procession was from his home, with his beloved Stratos leading the way, and the service was a really lovely service, very emotional, photo tributes to him, and a lot of memories were passed within the service, and a lot of memories passed in the get-together afterwards in Capel Dewi.
Rydw i'n credu dy fod yno, a chlywaf alaw isel, dy lais yn galw'n dawel, hanfon a fangel I dy warchod di. Hanfon a fangel I dy warchod heno, hanfon a fangel I'th gysur o di. Mae sŵn dy lais yn ddigon I chwalu'r holl amheuon, hanfon a fangel ata ti. Waith yng nghanol berw bywyd, rwy'n teimlo'n unig ac yn isel hefyd, a phanwydd ar fy nglyniau, fe welaf drwy fy nagra, a chofio'r geiriau ddwedais wrtha I.
The service was a really lovely service, very emotional, photo tributes to him, and a lot of memories were passed within the service, and a lot of memories passed in the get-together afterwards in Capel Dewi.
From Kemite Road up to Talerddig is just one of the steepest gradients in the country, and on that train in Talerddig they have stated that it skidded off when the brakes, and obviously once it starts going down there, there's no stopping. And I know years ago an engine came down from Talerddig, ran away, and luckily the drivers and the stoker jumped off, and luckily the signalman in Cambrian Mire had made the points so the train would go into a siding, and it worked. And there's a hole in the ground today where that engine went straight into the ground in Cambrian Mire station, and that saved it hitting a train coming up from Aberystwyth. So you see, there are things that can happen, and as I say, the railway is not to be played with. You've got to be careful and, take it as it is the railway, isn't it?
The rail investigation branch, from what I've had dealings with them so far, they seem very, very fair. And again, hopefully, that whatever they come up with will be looked at and acted upon properly, and not like the post office scandal. It gets done properly, innit?
RAIB investigation will seek to identify the sequence of events which led to the accident. It will also consider 1. The actions of those involved and any factors that may have influenced them. 2. The level of wheel/rail adhesion present from the approach to Talerddig Loop to the point of collision. 3. The status and performance of the braking, wheel slide protection and sanding systems on train 1J25. 4. The behaviour of both trains during and following the collision. 5. Transport for Wales's policies relating to low wheel/rail adhesion and how it managed the risk of low adhesion on the Cambrian line. 6. Network Rail's policies relating to low wheel/rail adhesion and how it managed the risk of low adhesion on the Cambrian line. 7. The processes used to assess and control the risk of overrun on the Cambrian line. And 8. Any relevant underlying factors, including any actions taken in response to previous relevant safety recommendations.
The cause of death hasn't been released, but and knowing him, he wasn't a smoker, he was fit, he was out on his e-bike, slim, his parents are healthy, his family is healthy. There's nothing there to link a walking time bomb heart attack. If Tudor was sat here now and he were to say which one of you two will get the heart attack, then everybody would put it 100% on me before him. So at the end of the day, if he wasn't on that train, if he didn't sustain those injuries, he'd still be here now. But at the moment, that can only be, in my opinion, because the actual cause of death has not been released by the coroner. And the coroner will release that when he's ready and fit to do so, and that is quite rightly so.
I go to Birmingham on the train, and it's worth doing. I think the train is really good. I like driving there, but I like the train. And they're great. And also the people looking after these railways, you know, with safety, you've got to congratulate them because they are conscious with safety and everything. And the railway's in good condition. We just had a new track now through the farm. It's from Aberystwyth to Shrewsbury. And I think people should use more of the railway to myself. And it's an easy way of travelling. Less stressful.
Isel hefyd, a phan mwy